What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it. So first and foremost, I want to wish you guys all a happy new year. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the new year and staying away from the COVID stuff, because that stuff sucks. So I know I haven't uploaded in a while. You know, if you guys look around, we got a bunch of snow here in the northern part of the country and it's cold. So there's not really much I can do about that. But the good news is Pablo and I were able to go down to the southern part of the country and we met up with a twin turbo Audi R8 built by AMS. Now you guys may remember this car. I posted it in my last video. If you don't remember the car, I have a link in the description below to the full video from last time. You can check it out. But for those of you guys that don't remember, here's a quick clip of how those races went with that twin turbo Audi R8 last time. All right, that's better. Man, it's cold out there. So anyway, so after the races, the owner went to AMS and he got some upgrades to the transmission. You know, because mostly the weak link in these cars is the transmission, not so much the motor. Believe it or not, the motor in these cars are good for 1,200, 1,300, even 1,400 wheel horsepower. So he wanted to get more power. And the best way to go about that is by upgrading some transmission parts. So AMS and the owner of the R8 posted the upgrades on social media, so I don't feel I'm violating, you know, the trust or the privacy of them because they posted it. Here are the upgrades that they did to the transmission. So Pablo and I met up with the Audi R8 owner and we had the cars together and we wanted to see how they would stack up, given that the Audi R8 now obviously is making more power. So we went out to the streets of Mexico and got some runs, but there are some things I want you guys to keep in mind before watching the runs. Number one, it was 55 degrees out. You know, it was at nighttime, so there was no sunlight shining on the road. So the temperatures of the surfaces were very cold, and I and Pablo were not able to get the tire temperatures up to par. We could not get them past, I think maybe it was 80 degrees Fahrenheit at the max. So it was definitely a challenge for the 720S to put the power down, but nonetheless, we wanted to go out there and do it anyways. The 720S obviously wants to be in higher gear because of traction purposes, and the R8 being all-wheel drive wanted to be in a lower gear, so we were able to do some compromise and in a way where the 720S was indeed in third gear, but the problem is the mile an hour that we agreed upon put the 720S very low in the RPM range in third gear. But hey, that's racing for you. Sometimes you can't get every race that you want in the sweet spot that you want. You have to compromise. That's what we did. We went out. Here's what happened. So after that race, I noticed that the tire temperatures of the 720S went up several degrees, almost 80 degrees Fahrenheit. So we asked the Audi R8 owner if he was down for another run. Now that the tire temperature of the 720S was a little bit higher, he was kind enough to agree. Here's the second run.
You want to try it one more time? I got some heat in my tires. 1, 2, 3.
All right, so now after those races, races, we established that 720S is still the faster car. I was very happy to see that, but the Audi R8 owner wanted to do a second gear roll. Now, you guys saw from the third gear roll that the 720S was already having some trouble with traction, you know, given the circumstances, the cold weather, the cold tire temperature, the cold surfaces. Regardless, I felt compelled to give him his roll because sometimes in racing, you know, there should be some sportsmanship, right? It's competitive, but you should be a good sportsman about it. And I wanted to give him the race that he wanted, knowing that the 720S was going to lose 100%. It was just going to spin its tail off, which is exactly what it did. Check it out. So after that race, we figured, you know what, maybe if Pablo can feather the throttle, maybe he'd have a better chance. It just doesn't matter, you know, whether you feather it, whether not, because if you feather the throttle, what's going to happen is by the time you're all the way wide open throttle, the guy that you're racing is already, you know, 5 cars ahead of you, so what's the point? Alright guys, there you go, there you have it. McLaren 720S with just several modifications and a Audi R8 twin turbo by AMS. You know, I'm so impressed by the 720S. You guys know that have been following the channel. You know how much I love this car and how impressed I am with it. Till this day, there hasn't been a car on the road that impresses me more than the McLaren 720S. Think about it, 4 modifications only. You got downpipes, you got turbo inlet injectors in a tune, and it's, you know, running away from you know, 1,000+ horsepower cars when it gets traction. So very, very impressive. I'm very happy to be in a 720S. All right, guys, thank you for watching this video. I appreciate it. If you like this type of content, please give it a big thumbs up. It will help me out tremendously. I will try to get you guys more content if we get some more days coming up here that are warm. I'm not sure if I'll be able to do it, but if I can get some days that's warm out, I'll be able to get you guys some more footage with the car. Thank you guys for watching this video. I'll see you next time.